Is Elon without fault? No. Is X going to be without fault? No. You know, if I wanted to post something on X that simply said, Disney is a crap company that sucks, they do. Does Elon Musk disagree with that statement? Looking at facts, it is what it is, and I'm not going to pull any punches over it. We don't pull punches here on the Renegade Nation. Renegade Online. I know there's a lot of questions tonight. I do want to get this one first because it came in early. Cocho sent this in. What's up, Cocho? Happy New Year to you, my friend. Concerned that Elon will announce a negative, I was a little confused by this, so I asked Cocho before the show to help me understand this and flesh this out, because we are going to be having some conversations about X and Elon tonight. Concerned that Elon announced negative posts will be penalized, I guess he means, because pushback he got over H-1B. Shouldn't you and Pro question that, or just staying silent? Well, no, we'll address everything that we feel is relevant to be addressed on this show. So I don't care who it is. I think Elon has done a great job with X. I think what he has added to the public discourse is virtually immeasurable. Is Elon without fault? No. Is X going to be without fault? No. I just didn't understand exactly what you meant, so I asked you for a follow-up, and I highlighted the comments you followed up. So, Cocho, here are some free chat follow-ups for what you sent in for that, because I think this is a good question. Okay, I tagged you in one of 3 posts I bookmarked on X. The concern I have is because this might open the door for more false flagging, or even not allow any criticism of him, meaning Elon, I guess, or anyone. Hope that can help, because it does concern me given the whole H-1B he got pushed back on. Really might have made him a bit butthurt, but yeah, and apologize for most of the typing here. Don't apologize, Cocho. Oh, and one last thing about the issue I'm bringing up is the concern of Elon backtracking his stance of free speech, that if he follows through with that change. Okay, so Cocho, best I could gather is your query about Elon tweeted out that, you know, X is looking for more positive posts, more posts that are informative, educational, and positive, and then with a caveat, as best I could tell, with trying to deliver a message that is going to make your point, but without being snarky, right? Which I'm certainly guilty of, and in many cases, proudly so. It's kind of how I am. I get what he's saying. To one respect, I don't think that Elon Musk is trying, per se, to squash the free speech platform that he has built. But I do understand somebody in his position that's running this platform that is also trying to entice advertisers to X, right? Because advertisers get very tepid when it comes to throwing their money down on social media that is very negative. And you can take that for what you mean. I don't mean it being right or wrong. I just mean it having the specter of being, detrimental or negatively engaging. So, for example, if we wanted to say that, you know, if I wanted to post something on X that simply said, Disney is a crap company that sucks, they do. Does Elon Musk disagree with that statement? By all evidence, no, probably not. But I think what Elon Musk is looking for is for Valiant, Renegade, and everybody else out there to find a better way to convey the message. So, for example, the Walt Disney Company is not doing that well. The parks are failing, and a lot of it has to do likely with the fact that they have engaged in politics that the mass market of middle America does not agree with, and they're suffering, and Wall Street had better take notice. Now, we're getting across similar points one with more information than the other, and one that is not quote-unquote negative, right? So that's kind of how it is. Now, X, right now, especially since Elon has taken it over, I think, especially given the time of year that we're in, especially given the current events that we just went through, not just with the election, but some of the things we're going to talk about tonight, some of the things we talked about Wednesday on the show with the terrorist attack, the Islamic terrorist attack in New Orleans, right? I pulled no punches that night. And I kind of had to apologize to Jonas J. Campbell, our good buddy, good friend, and, of course, the editor-in-chief here of the Renegade Nation. I told him, I'm like, I'm sorry. And he had a lot of beeping to do. I said, I'm not going to make that a habit, but I was very raw that night. I'd been up very late the night before. I had about 4 hours of sleep in me. It was New Year's Eve the night before, and I'm, woke up to that, and it's my hometown, and I'm like, I'm pissed. So the point is, I get the fact that Elon is now trying to put this notion out there that, hey, let's do things a little bit differently on X. I don't think he's trying to suppress anybody's free speech. Because taking a step back, and this is just me, and I could be dead wrong. I could be dead wrong. But I understand what he's saying. What he's saying is that, hey, we have a really good message to get across. If we're going to save the country, if we're going to save free society, if we're going to really educate folks out there, if we're going to get our point across, we can't do it in such a manner that is antagonistic. And when certain cultural things happen, sometimes our blood boils. My blood was boiling Wednesday. Okay? I pulled no punches. I was pissed off. And some people took offense to some of the things that I said, and I get it. But the reality is that much of it, if not all of it, was very fact-based, even if those facts offended some folks. I'm sorry. It is what it is. It doesn't mean that every person out there that disagrees is of bad ilk or wants to do harm or anything like this. I'm talking about the historical foundational elements of certain things that we see in the news, looking at facts. It is what it is, and I'm not going to pull any punches over it. We don't pull punches here on the Renegade Nation. Now, traditionally, I've tried to pull punches in terms of some of the language that I've used because it makes it easier for Jonas, obviously, to do the edits. It also makes it more conducive to getting that message out to folks that haven't joined us before, that folks that haven't watched the show, folks that haven't been part of the Renegade Nation. We've gotten a lot of new followers in the last couple of months, but like 10,000 plus. And, for a guy that doesn't really make, because of time, a lot of original content anymore. Meaning, I make live streams twice a week, but I don't have time to sit down and make 3 and 4 videos every week anymore because I decided I need to step back. My family and doing stuff around the house and being able to relax a little bit more was more important to me, my health, and doing stuff like I did this weekend. If you didn't see it on X, Renegade Jr. and I out there camping out on the River Shack. Had a great time. I'm going to pull up some pictures here in a minute because that's a great way to start the show. We want some positivity. Let's talk about some positivity. And Elon, I'm still waiting for my approval for subscriptions on X. We've been monetized for 6, 7, 8 months now. Still waiting on subscriptions. We hit the mark. Waiting for that to happen. Make sure you're subscribed to Valiant Renegade and join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show.